everyone. So first time here on the vlog, Ocean's 11 Casino, named after the movie. We're playing the game that I had posted about last month. So it's one orbit of 4-card PLO, one orbit of 5-card Omaha high-low, otherwise known as Big O. So let's get into it. First playable hand I look down at, Jack 10-10-9, single suited in the big blind. There are 2 late position limpers, small blind completes. I complete the straddler and the straddler checks. So we're going 5 ways to a flop. Couple quick notes about the straddle. There are unlimited straddles that are live, and the $10 under the gun straddle is mandatory. This hand actually gets checked down all the way to the river. Flop came queen 5-2, turn brought a 3, river brings a 10. The small blind bet 30. I didn't see any point of raising, so I just made the call. Everyone else folded. Small blind turned over a set of deuces, and obviously we turn over our hand knowing we're good, so taking it down here. Here we're playing some Big O. Look down at ace-ace, 8-4-2, single suited in middle position. Folds to me, I open a 30, and we get 3 callers, so we're going 4 ways to a flop. There's probably a lot of viewers that are much more experienced than me in Big O, but really you want to play a hand that can win both pots, the high and the low. So really your middling cards, it's like 7 through 10 are not that great. So aces are still going to be great, and it is nice to have a hand like this that has some accompanying low cards as well. Flop comes ace king 3 with 2 clubs. It checks to me, I bet 105, and we get 2 callers, so we're going 3 ways to a turn. Turn brings a 6 of diamonds, bringing in the backdoor flush draw for us, along with the nut low to go with our set of aces. Checks to me, I only have a little bit over 400 left, so pretty easy decision here. I put it all in the middle, hoping to get some action. Unfortunately, both my opponents fold, so we take it down. Here I look down at ace king 10-7-5, single suited in the straddle. Early position player makes it 30. There are 2 callers to us, and I make the call, so we're going 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace queen 7 with 2 clubs. I check, the original razor checks, and action checks through, so still going 4 ways to a turn. Turn brings another 7. I bet 55, and all my opponents fold, so we take it down. Here look down at ace 10-6-5-3, double suited in the small blind. There's a double straddle on. Late position makes it 60. I call, big blind calls, folds over to the double straddler who makes it 200. 1 caller to me, I make the call, and the big blind call, so we're going 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes Jack 3 with 2 clubs, and here with the SPR under 1, I kind of just have to go with it. So I push. Next player to act thinks for a little bit. He hasn't really played many hands all day, but he goes ahead and re-pushes over the top, which is not a good sign for me. And late position player tanks for a while and ends up folding. So we're going heads up to a run out. Turn brings a pretty good card for us in the 2 of diamonds, giving us now a low plus a wheel draw. River brings a 7. So no help to us on the high portion of the hand, but we do make the second nut low. So I turn over my hand, and then my opponent turns over his. He has ace king queen jack 7. So he flop trips, rivered the boat, and we're going to chop it up here. Here look down at king queen 8, single suited on the button. Late position player makes it 40. I call, and there's 1 other caller, so we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes queen jack 10 rainbow, and because there's no low cards here on the flop, that means we're playing 5-card PLO high moving forward. Original razor bet 60. I make the call, and the other player folds, so we're going heads up to a turn. Decided to just call here instead of raising. I didn't feel that there was a great benefit to raising. He either has me beat, which in that situation, the money's going to probably get in anyway. Or, if he has a hand that I'm currently beating, he's really not going to have many outs to draw out on me. Obviously I have the 2 king blockers, having top set here. So I just felt like if I was beat, great. But if not, then I might as well just kind of let him continue telling the story. Turn brings a 6 of hearts, bringing in the backdoor flush draw. My opponent's counting out some chips, and he bets 120. And again, I just stick to the plan, and I make the call. So we're going heads up to a river. River brings a 2, so it doesn't change anything. My opponent has a little bit over $200 left, and he's assembling his chips, and he puts them all in the middle. And here, I'm just going to stick to the plan. If he has me beat, oh well, but me having top set plus the 2 king blockers, he certainly could still have a straight, but I go ahead and make the call. And my opponent says the sweetest 2 words that you can hear when you make a hero call, and he says, "You win." So I turn over my hand, and he still does turn over his hand. He has ace 7-3-2. So we're taking it down here. Here look down at ace 9-7, single suited in the cutoff. Folds to me, I make it 40, and folds over to the small blind who makes the call, and everyone else folds. So we're going heads up to a flop. Flop comes queen 7-2, all clubs. My opponent checks to me, and I bet 55 here with the nut flush blocker, and my opponent quickly calls. So we're going heads up to a turn. You can probably see from the video, this guy has a pretty large stack. He's probably sitting on like maybe 6, 7K. He's pretty much won everything he's played, and he doesn't really seem like a guy that likes folding. So I have plans here of pretty much giving up, but we'll see what happens on the turn. Turn brings a 3 of clubs. My opponent checks to me, and now with 4 clubs on board, it's going to be a little less likely, of course, that he has a flush, but if he does have one, he's also going to be less likely to believe that I have one. So I decided to check back, and we're going heads up to a river. River brings a 4. My opponent checks, and I don't see the point of doing anything besides checking back as well. I say 1 pair. My opponent turns over a queen. I turn over my hand, and we're somehow good. Here, look down at Ace Jack 972 double suited on the button. There's 1 late position limper. I limp. Folds over to the straddler, who makes it 40. 1 caller to me, and I call, so we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes Queen Jack 2 with 2 spades, checks over to me, and not sure why I didn't bet in the moment, but I check back, so we're still going 3 ways to a turn. Turn brings in the front door flush with the king of spades, checks over to the late position player who bets 100. I call, and the original raiser folds, so we're going heads up to a river. River brings a 6. My opponent slows down and checks. I bet 150, and he thinks for a bit and unfortunately folds, so we take it down. Here, look down at Ace 733, single suited in the small blind at a double straddled pot. There's 1 late position limper. I call, big blind and straddler both call over to the double straddler, who makes it 80 total. 1 caller to me, I call, and both the big blind and the straddler call. So we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes 975 rainbow. I check, checks over to the original raiser who checks. Late position player checks as well. So we're still going 5 ways to a turn. Turn brings a 4 of diamonds, bringing in the backdoor flush draw. I check, checks over to the original raiser who bets 140, folds to me, and here, don't really think I can call. I mean, I have the second nut low and now still just a pair of aces, so you really have to be more nutted when you're playing with an extra card, so it's pretty easy for someone to have ace deuce. So I decide to fold over to the big blind to my left. He makes the call, and they're going heads up to a river. River brought another 7. Big blind checked. The original raiser checked back. Original raiser turned over his hand. He had 5, 4, 4, 3, 2. So he rivered the full house. And the player to my left has ace, queen, jack, 9, 2 for the nut low. So they ended up chopping it up. Early after that aces hand, I played probably another orbit or 2. Didn't get a ton to play, and I decided to rack up.
What's up, guys? Wayne back here with you. So today I was in for 500, out for 1545. So a profit of 1045. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that will critique some of the plays I made. I know I'm not that great at high-low, or big O we call it here. I've probably played it maybe like 10 to 15 times. There was a stretch like 3 years ago, pre-COVID at this casino, that I played for a month just to kind of get some reward. So it's definitely my second favorite game. If you guys like it, let me know. I can definitely kind of mix this in with the PLO just to kind of have something a little bit new and fresh. So if you guys enjoyed it, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.